So then we have to figure out, okay, well, why isn't this science applicable to sports? Why can't we legally introduce it to sports? Well, because it's got this stigma, this cheater stigma. And I think we need to take a very close look at that. And I'm not pro and I'm not con, and I understand what people are saying, that all these records in baseball and everything, and, they're all shattered now because the young guys are on steroids, but...
We know how you think about baseball, so it's not...
Yeah, I think baseball's retarded,
But, I mean, literally, though, Joe, here's the question, though. I mean, and you brought it up, is what is the concern for the commission? Is it that they want to have a level playing field? Is it an actual concern, a health concern of the safety of the fighters? I mean, why do you think this has become such an issue for them?
I don't know. I think a lot of it is bullshit. A lot of it is politics. I think a lot of these guys want to stand up and say, and it goes to that, the dumb baseball crowd, like, oh, he's cheating! He's cheating! He's cheating! He's cheating! He's hitting a fucking ball with a stick! What do you care if he's cheating? It's the dumbest sport in the history of the universe. I mean, you can like it if you want, but who cares if he's cheating? Do you really care? Is the tradition of baseball really, in the greater spectrum of the universe, is that really important? And that's really what the concern is. We have to figure out. We have to figure out why they want to do these things. Are they doing it because of politics? Is that why they're taking a stance against steroids, or are they doing it because they're worrying about the fighter safety? Because a simple fix to worrying about the fighter safety, if you want to allow them to do steroids, is just monitor their levels. Just say they can't go above something ridiculous that would be dangerous for them, and let's see what kind of athletes we get. See, we get super athletes.
And you don't think guys would be curting that and cheating all the time? I mean,
well, you can't. You monitor their blood. You draw their blood. It's not difficult to find out.
Well, I had close friends who ran track in college and ran like Olympic level track, and they said, I mean, obviously that's the dirtiest sport in the world if you want to talk about.
Oh yeah, sure.
And those guys have endocrinologists. I mean, these guys have like professionals like monitoring their blood and like doping at certain levels. I mean, there's ways around everything. So,
yeah, but there's not a way around it. If you're monitoring their blood, if you actually have an official watch them draw their blood, and you do it on a semi-regular basis, there's no way to get around that. You're going to know what the levels are. It's a weird area, man. It's all real weird because a lot of these guys are getting popped for marijuana too.
Mm-hmm.
And
right.
believe it or not,
what do you think of the whole Nick Diaz ruling and the decision to suspend him and take away his win?
Well, it's crazy. He won. I mean, how are you going to take away his win? I saw him. Didn't you see him? He got Gomi in that go-go plot. It was beautiful. It was a great fight too.
Is marijuana performance enhancing?
What's that?
Is marijuana performance enhancing?
I think it is. Yeah. I think it is.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of people don't. The effects of marijuana are very misunderstood by a lot of people, and a lot of people think that it makes you dumb. And the reason for it is because there's a lot of dumb people that smoke pot, and the reason for that is there's a lot of dumb people. Period.
There's a lot of dumb people who do everything, Joe. But
if you've got, look, if you've got 10 people in a room, guaranteed 7 of them are retarded. You just have your average group of people, and you have 10 of them in a room. 7 of them are.
That explains a lot about Sherdog Radio. That really explains a lot about Sherdog Radio.
So if you walk into this group and there's 10 people in there, and 3 of those people are smoking pot, probably they're going to be the dumb ones. You know why? Because the dumb ones are going to be the ones that try it first. And, the fact that the statistics are in your favor anyway, that they're going to be dumb. And dumb people smoking pot are just dumb people, that are high. And they're saying stupid shit, and it makes pot look bad. I mean, that's really what it is. What marijuana is a different way of looking. It makes people think more creatively, and it makes people focus. It really makes you focus on things. It's fantastic for, working on something, if you're, doing artwork, or if you're, when I write, I always get high before I write, because it really makes me focus on what I'm saying and thinking. And if you do that before you fight, for sure you'd be better at it. I don't want to name any names, but I know a lot of top-level grapplers who get high before they compete.
I know people who do the same. Yeah.
Excuse me?
I know people who do the same.
And basketball players, they do it all the time. Of course, it's performance enhancing. It's performance enhancing because it's concentration enhancing, and it does something to your mind that we don't understand. There are things in your mind called cannabinoid receptors that are actually built there and designed just to receive cannabinoids. And cannabinoids are what THC and all the other things, the chemical components of marijuana that make you high. I mean, there's parts in your brain that those things activate. It's like they're there naturally.
So
it is a
performance enhancing. Well, then why do you feel that they're wrong to take away Diaz's win? I mean, he basically was performance enhancing, using a legal substance.
Well, I don't think he was high when he fought. I think he had been high. It's gone in a couple of hours. You know, I don't necessarily know if he was high if he fought, but even if he was, it doesn't matter. I mean, does it really matter? I mean, how much performance is it enhancing? You know, is it enhancing enough that he's cheating? I mean, he's still fighting. He's still out there throwing his bones at another dude, trying to choke the other dude. They're blasting each other. They're in between the... I mean, is that cheating? I don't know.
Well, my question about, if it's performance enhancing, what is it, necessarily helping you do? Because, I mean, everything that I've been taught in, school was, marijuana lowers your reaction time.
Those guys, they're all fools.
Right.
Guaranteed. None of those people have read. All these people that are talking about it, all these people, they're the researchers. They're not the people who have done, university studies and independent medical studies on marijuana. Because every one of those studies that's ever been done, from way back in, the Nixon administration to modern day, to stuff that was done even when it was first made illegal, like way back in the 30s. Every single study has shown that it shows no negative effects. They've tried really hard to make some connections between pot and bad things. Mm-hmm. And with all the money that they have, there's a fucking commercial out right now where there's a chick and she's in her kitchen and her fucking dog starts talking to her.
Yeah, I saw that.
Have you seen that shit?
Yeah.
And her dog says, "I don't like you when you're smoking pot. I want my friend back." Like, you're a fucking talking dog. Okay, what are you saying? Don't smoke pot, do acid? What the fuck kind of message is this? I mean,
are these the cartoon dog ones, Joe?
Propaganda.
Yeah, these are the cartoons, right?
No, this is straight up, regular, like your dog is talking, Josh. There's no animation or anything.
No, there's no animation, dude. It's like one of these fucking movies where you get real dogs and their mouths move kind of funny.
Yeah.
Dude, it's the craziest shit ever. Like, what are you trying to tell people? The reason they can't say anything, the reason they can't say, if you do marijuana, it will take 2 years off your life, every cigarette you smoke. If you do marijuana, your dick will shrink. They can't say that because it's not real. There's nothing it does. So what do? They get a fucking talking dog.
Right.
And people are like, "Oh, it makes you lazy. It's going to make my kids a loser." If your kid's fucking lazy, they're going to be lazy, all right? And weed, for sure, is not going to make them ambitious. If you got a lazy, good-for-nothing fuckhead of a kid, and your kid just likes to sit around the house and get fat and eat Doritos, yeah, him smoking joints is going to make him fatter, and he's going to eat more Doritos, and he's not going to do anything. But that kid was always like that. Take that little fucker and throw him in the military school or something. But don't blame it on weed. Weed is a plant that was put here by nature. And there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
TJ, you hear that? Don't smoke pot.
Okay. I'll be completely
sitting around drinking limeade and doing nothing all day long.
That's right. Joe, getting back on topic here, mentioning Nick Diaz's win being stripped and the...
Well, this is what I wanted to say.
Okay.
If that's helping, if that's performance enhancing, isn't creatine... Aren't vitamins?
Supplements, yeah.
Yeah, aren't all these different various supplements that people take that aren't banned substances? The reason these people are taking, fish oil and all these different things is because it helps your performance.
Mm-hmm. No, very good point.
It's all weird, man.
Like I was saying, that with the positive tests being shown and with MMA now more under a microscope than ever before, do you think this hurts the view in mainstream public when Joe Schmo logs on to ESPN.com or Sherdog.com and sees a positive test? Does that hurt their outlook on the sport, do you think?
I don't think it helps. I mean, especially in this climate that we have today when it comes to regards to steroids or any of these substances. I mean, everybody looks. They're definitely in this society there's a black and a white. When it comes to good and bad for these types of things. And steroids for sure is in the black. It's a bad thing. I mean, if you're doing steroids, that's a bad thing. So the way people are programmed, yeah, I think it's bad. I think it makes us look like, like we're apes and we're idiots and, everybody just does their juice heads, When you think about steroids, you don't think about an intelligent athlete that's trying to prolong his career and trying to help his recuperation. You think of that douchebag at the gym with a big fucking purple head, who's 5'4" and he weighs 300 pounds. That's what you think about when you think about steroids.